With the start of Boruto to Blue Vortex, everyone in the series has grown up. 3 years have passed and Boruto Uzumaki has gone through a great change in his character, and so has his design. With Boruto finally appearing after the time skip, you can clearly tell he's going through it after losing everything in his life, from his friends, family, and his own identity. But today, I do want to talk about the new designs since we have reached the time skip. Considering how much different Boruto looks from being a bright and happy kid to becoming a stoic teenager, he looks completely different to what he used to look like during the beginning of the series. So let's begin with Boruto himself. At the end of Boruto Part 1, we saw Boruto lose his right eye, resulting in a scar. With the omnipotence occurring where Boruto lost his identity, he was forced to leave the village, meaning that he is now a rogue shinobi where he wears Sasuke's headband, which is crossed out, where just like his sensei, Boruto is now in the same position. Fast forward 3 years later, Boruto comes back to the Leaf Village in a completely different outfit. Based on first impressions, Boruto has clearly grown up, with him being much more taller and his facial structure being more rounded, indicating that he no longer has the baby face that he once had. Boruto is wearing a cloak, a white undershirt, and black pants, which is very similar to Sasuke's design. And if you look close enough, there are some symbols on Boruto's clothes that represent who he is. And despite losing his entire identity and livelihood, he still holds on to some things that truly show who Boruto is. On the left side of his jacket, we see the bolt symbol, which is the symbol that Boruto wore on the back of his jacket in part 1. Above the bolt symbol, we see a sun symbol, which calls to reference on how Mitsuki refers to Boruto as his sun to his moon. We see this in the latest chapter as Mitsuki refers to Kawaki as his son, when in reality he is referring to Boruto. This symbol can also be interpreted as a sunflower as well, a reference to Himawari, the only blood relative Boruto has left currently in the story. Moving to the right side of Boruto, there is a Konoha symbol showing that Boruto still belongs to the Leaf, as even though he was made an outcast by the entire village, Boruto knows that Konoha is still his home. Below Boruto's neck under the cape, we see Boruto's old necklace that he's been wearing since he was a child. A bolt, which is the literal translation to Boruto's name. Below the bolt necklace, there is an Uzumaki symbol, showing that Boruto is still an Uzumaki in his blood, as despite being referred to just Boruto, especially after the omnipotence occurring, Boruto takes pride in being an Uzumaki. These 5 symbols that Boruto has on his chest is an indication on what his identity truly is. Even though he is now seen as an absolute nobody in the story, he quite literally is telling people who he is with these 5 symbols alone. From the bolt symbol, the sun symbol, bolt necklace, Uzumaki necklace, and the Leaf Village crest, Boruto's closest friends should be able to identify Boruto's true identity just by taking a quick look at his chest. However, with the omnipotence occurring, any signs of doubts or questioning is just removed from the essence of things, since omnipotence has altered everyone's memories as 100% facts, meaning that even if things don't make sense, it will make sense regardless how it's presented. And if you look closely at Boruto's waist, you can see a sword that Boruto has by his side, which is actually Sasuke's sword. From the time that Boruto has been gone for the past 3 years, not only has Boruto received Sasuke's headband, but also his sword and his cape, which makes me think, what the hell has happened to Sasuke? Considering that Boruto is wearing all of his accessories that made Sasuke special, many people have been saying that Sasuke may have been killed off during the 3-year time skip. Now Boruto to Blue Vortex so far only has 1 chapter released, where Sasuke has not made an appearance yet, so we have to wait to see what happened to Sasuke during this 3-year time skip. But we can put some details together from what was told in the first chapter. And before the time skip began, we know that Boruto and Sasuke left the village together, where Sasuke told his student that he has to prove to him that he's actually Naruto's son. With Daemon telling Boruto to get a whole lot stronger, it implies that Boruto has gone away with Sasuke to train, all while hiding from the Leaf Village and Code, who are hunting him down. However, in the first chapter of Boruto to Blue Vortex, once Code makes an appearance inside the Leaf Village, he tells Sarada that he's been chasing Boruto for almost 2 years during the 3-year time skip. Initially, when I read this, I came to the conclusion that during the time he wasn't chasing Boruto, he was creating his 10-tail claw grime army, as he did state that the army is getting bigger before the time skip. However, the biggest difference between Code then and now is the scar on his right eye. And if you can put 2 and 2 together, I think we can all agree that Code had to fight someone or a group of people that are powerful enough to harm him. I doubt it would be his own claw grime army, and since Code was affected by omnipotence, competence, he is trying to kill Boruto after all. So the only people that are reasonably powerful enough to even give Code that scar would be either Boruto or Sasuke. During the time that Code wasn't chasing down Boruto, which was a year, during the 3-year time skip, Code most likely was battling Boruto and Sasuke. And seeing that Boruto has Sasuke's entire apparel and his sword 3 years later, this maybe tells us that Code could have potentially killed Sasuke or critically damaged him to the point where he may have given his things to Boruto to carry on. And with Boruto's prophecy of losing everything coming to light, the one thing that gave Boruto hope into the 3-year time skip was Sasuke, who instilled faith into Boruto of being a shinobi. Boruto was seen smiling at the end of part 1, where he seems to embrace the fact that he lost everything, and at least through his perspective, Boruto doesn't consider this event as losing everything in his life. And once we see Boruto again 3 years later, his ever so bright optimistic attitude is gone, with it being replaced with a more stoic and depressing look. It's pretty apparent that Boruto has gone through even more suffering during the time skip, but we don't know what exactly happened yet, as we have only seen Boruto for a couple of pages so far into Blue Vortex. It is only the introductory chapter for Boruto so far, so we have to wait and see on how and when Boruto's received Sasuke's outfit, since Sasuke is nowhere to be seen. Maybe Boruto sent a shadow clone to Konoha and is actually with Sasuke in an undisclosed location gathering intel. We don't really know. However, I think that Boruto has a really good design for the time skip so far, and in my opinion, it's already one of the best in the series. And I've seen some people say that Boruto looks too edgy and whatnot, but to keep it a book with you guys, people are just trying to downplay Boruto since it's a popular thing to do. People who say that Boruto looks too edgy are the same people who probably don't even know what's going on in the story, or why Boruto looks like that in the first place. And I do want to talk more about Boruto's sword, because now Boruto is a Kenjutsu user. We did see Boruto wield a sword in the flash forward scene, so it was apparent that Boruto will wield a sword eventually, but there are definitely some implications on why Boruto picked up Sasuke's sword in the first place. We all know that whenever Boruto runs low on chakra, there's a chance that Momoshiki can potentially awaken and start wreaking havoc. Even though Momoshiki cannot resurrect anymore, it is stated that he can take over Boruto's body regardless, as we saw when Momoshiki saved Kawaki from being killed by Konoha. That being said, Boruto wielding a sword will allow Boruto to exhaust less chakra to reduce the chances of Momoshiki awakening and killing his loved ones, such as Sasuke for example, who was by Boruto's side during the 3-year period. And after the battle against Code where Boruto was killed by Kawaki, after getting revived, Boruto did state that he can control Momoshiki's powers better now, since he can tap into the true essence of karma for a millennia worth of battle experience. And add that on top of Boruto training for 3 years, he has quickly become even more powerful than before, all while cautioning his body to make sure that Momoshiki doesn't take over, hence why he picks up the sword. Of course, there can be other reasons why Boruto picked up Sasuke's katana, such as Sasuke dying, but I'm not gonna go there since that hasn't been confirmed, and killing Sasuke off screen would be an absolute insane writing decision from Kishimoto. Anyways, I think that's all I want to talk about when it comes to Boruto's design, and I do want to mention the rest of the new generation's designs as well. Starting with Kawaki, we first see him in the Daikukoden dimension overlooking Naruto and Hinata. He's wearing a long jacket with a shirt and baggy pants, and Kawaki's design was actually shown in not only the flash forward scene, but in the double spread chapter cover that Ikimoto drew during the first chapter of Boruto. We see that Kawaki's jacket is white and the undershirt is purple, which matches the color we see from the flash forward scene. Sarada's design was the first design we see in the first page of Boruto to Blue Vortex, where she's wearing a black outfit with a splash of red with her jacket and boots. She's wearing Uchiha earrings, which represents her clan, and I think her design overall is fine. And I've seen some people say some nasty things about her design, since to some people her outfit may be too revealing, but if you've watched or read any other popular shonen manga, there are female characters of Sarada's age, whether they are 15, 16, 17 years old, that have shown way more revealing body parts than just a shoulder and some legs, such as with Orihime from Bleach and Noelle from Black Clover for example. And let me make this clear, nobody in the fandom likes Sarada's part 1 design in the manga, but when it comes to her time skip design, I feel like the outrage is just selective to bring down the series once again. Shonen anime and manga have fan service after all, since its demographic is intended toward young teenage boys. But I think Sarada's design is tame when it comes to that, and I think it fits her character since it makes her look rebellious compared to the Leaf Village, since she rejected the omnipotence and has been trying to convince everyone that Boruto is completely innocent. It's shown by how she talks to Shikamaru, who is now the 8th Hokage, with complete disrespect and angst when trying to plead for Boruto's case. I think everyone's designs are pretty good, such as with Mitsuki, Himawari, Sumire, and Team 10. They're not as complex and detailed compared to Boruto's, but there are some symbols on Himawari and Chocho, such as Himawari wearing a sun symbol on her shirt and Chocho wearing butterfly hair clips in her hair. Not to mention all of the belts that these characters are wearing, since it seems that Ikimoto loves giving characters belts. And compared to Naruto's Timeskip with the previous generation's designs, Boruto's generation's designs are much more modern, and this is what I expected, since just like the technology boom, fashion sense has evolved as well. And think realistically here, people are not going to be wearing the same clothes 20 years ago compared to what they are wearing in today's age. Overall, I do like the designs that we have seen for Boruto to Blue Vortex, but we haven't seen some other characters yet, such as with Sasuke and Amato, who will play a major role later in the upcoming chapters. And finally, we see that Shikamaru has become the 8th Hokage, which is cool to see since he was a viable Hokage candidate after Naruto was sealed away. What's interesting to note is that in the flash forward scene, we do see the Hokage mountain destroyed with all of the faces. However, Shikamaru's face is not present, even though this scene takes place later on in the story. This could mean that Shikamaru wasn't planned to become the Hokage initially, or they never got around to making the next Hokage face on the monuments. But I'm going with the initial point, since it wouldn't make sense for them to not build Shikamaru's face on the Hokage monument during the 3-year time skip, and I just think this was a detail that was supposed to be added on later once we actually do get around to this scene. It's something that I wanted to note, since now that Shikamaru was made Hokage, this is going to dictate on how the story is going to progress, with him as the leader of the Leaf. We know that Code wants to kill Shikamaru since he was added to his retribution list, and since Code is in the village right now with his Claw Grime army, Shikamaru may get packed up, which would be a massive blow to the Leaf Village, since he's the brains of the village and the shot caller when it comes to making decisions. And since we are getting a triple threat match between Boruto, Kawaki, and Code next chapter, alongside the Claw Grimes and the Leaf Village present at the battle, I expect some massive things to happen for Boruto and the rest of the cast. Will Boruto win in reverse omnipotence? Will Kawaki kill Boruto and eliminate all of the Otsutsuki? Will Code stop being a fraud and finally catch a W? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. I mean Boruto to Blue Vortex. Let me know what you guys think about Boruto's time skip designs in the comment section below, as did it reach your expectations? And I can't wait to read the next chapter, so drop some predictions for this upcoming chapter as well. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.